Hello and welcome to Stage 4 of End of the Road, where we are racing for the Bugatti Bolide. This one has us in Nürburgring, and this first particular stage is extremely easy. You just have to hit speed 10 times with no mention of on-track, off-track, damage, or what position that you finish in. I don't think there was mention about damage. Everything else I said I know for sure was true. I don't think damage matters in this one, but anyhow. So, you could go to last place immediately if you want to, and then just hit your target speeds. I wanted to have a clear track in front of me so I can hit my target speeds without having to worry about smashing into anybody, and I just made it cleaner. That section there, you could actually go way off track where I just was. As long as you don't go on the green, it's not actually considered off track. You can do that during time trials. I'm just not used to this thing yet, so I went way off track there. When it comes to hitting speed, once you go over the target speed, in this case 329 kilometers an hour, you just need to drop speed by, I think it's 10 kilometers an hour, and then you can speed up and hit the target again. Now, with a car like this, it's happening so fast, and you have to watch the track. So you end up doing it a little bit by feel, but just watch here. I'll hit the speed, I'll hit the brakes a bit, and then go back up. And we'll see how many times I can do that and actually make it register. Sometimes I might not be going low enough, but you can see I've already hit speed 5 times. And I'm not used to this car at this track. So there, I hit speed 5 times, no trouble in just one lap. You could go back and forth if you want to. You could go the wrong way. But here I'm going to hit it another. Well, I didn't quite nail that one. Anyways, I got it one more time. Yeah, pretty easy. I'm still going to be finishing pretty far back on the field, trying to keep the bots slow. And oh boy, that's not working so good for me. And sometimes there's targets like it'll say finish first place in this autocross, or this speed snap, or this speed record event. And that's where you can really see the difference too, where you could get lower targets versus other people who've been just flooring it the whole way. So we'll just see. It's interesting. I probably can hit speed right here if I take this correctly, but I might end up going off track. Oh no, actually that'll be no problem. There's one. No, I didn't hit it. Nuts. Sometimes I'm trying too hard to hit it and I just get too touchy. Oh, I hit one. And just have 3 more to go, and then I'm going to let people pass me, but I'm going to do it I'm going to go 16 times at regular speed while I'm doing that. So it's going to go by really, really, really fast. I just don't want to waste your time, you know. You guys are nice enough to watch the videos. I was going to wait there, but I decided I'll go to the start-finish line. Oh, I hit all my speed requirements, so there you go. So you guys are nice enough to watch the videos, and you know that I try not to waste your time. So here we're going 16 times regular speed, done. And that was actually quite a while of waiting. Okay, easy event. End up doing a lot of servicing, and I didn't VIP, so I'm watching ads. Yay. Okay, so this one, I tried this one. Pass 5 people, lap 5 people. If you let everyone pass you back again, you'll fail. Even though your counter will stay full, you'll fail. So it's races like this. That's why I finish really far back a lot. Oops, didn't mean to clip him. You can't take damage in this one, I think. Yeah, one of these you definitely can't. So it's for reasons like this that you do a lot of slowing, because this kind of stuff happens. And when you're below recommended PR, you can't slow down the bots. All you can do is kind of hold it where it was. So this will hurt me, what I have to do in this particular race, but I just can't avoid it. Now, I have no upgrades, and if you're not familiar with how I race, I have all of my assists off. That means no steering assist, no brake assist, no traction control, and then I put my steering sensitivity on 2. Steering sensitivity is personal choice. I've used everything from 10 to 0. Although now it's extremely rare I would go above 3. I do go down to 0 for certain cars. Basically, the lower your sensitivity, the more speed you're going to be able to carry through the corners, because the steering will be less twitchy. On the downside, you'll have to twist your device more to get a response. But you'll find most of the really fast drivers are using a lower steering sensitivity. Not all. So again, it's personal choice, whatever works for you. Even a device could have a little bit to do with it. Although I've played this game on 3 different devices through the years, and oh boy, I'm going way too fast. 3 different types of devices through the years, made videos with all 3 of them. I really never found a difference. But anyhow, there you go, that's my report. You can see I'm taking a lot of shortcuts. That's because I've got no upgrades and I'm a little bit slow. So I gotta make up some time. If you're running with certain assists on, like steering sensitivity on high, or brake assist or traction control, they will be just killing your speed on those cuts. So that's why I was mentioning that. Okay, so there's 1 lapped car that I got, 3 more right here, and then the last guy is getting pretty close to the end. And I'm just taking it easy, having a little bit of a cruise through this. Taking the cuts I take means it's not this difficult. But the last guy to pass is actually pretty close to the end. And so if you're not taking these cuts, you're probably not going to make this with 0 upgrades like I'm doing. Now, I have no problem with... I should have bought all Stage 1R upgrades, honestly, but sometimes people want to know how absolutely low can you do this, and so far I haven't spent anything. I've just been earning currency, so that's kind of sweet. Yeah, because of course I'm... Ooh, that was close. That's a Bugatti. Another Bugatti. Well, there we go. So now all I can really do is just let him catch up a little bit, but I need to be ahead of him, and that's just what I got to do. So take a look at the times. Yeah, I was quite a bit ahead of second place. Okay, so this one is an average speed requirement, and let's see, there's also a gasoline issue. I didn't find it to be a problem, but one thing to realize, if you're going to drive off track a whole bunch and trying to keep the gas pinned, you're going to go through a lot more gas. When you're skidding like I just was, don't be on the gas, because you'll be wasting a lot of fuel. Actually, even though in this car, skidding, throwing it sideways and pinning it, you can actually get some braking power out of it. It sounds really strange, but on the hairpin corners it can help. But you don't want to do it on this type of a stage. Drafting would certainly help, but everyone is kind of slow, it seems. So I'm definitely going to keep taking those off-track cuts early on, and we'll just see how much speed I can build. You got to be on the brakes before you take that cut, or you're just going to go flying off track. So far, I have a massive amount of speed. Got to get on those brakes stupid early, or end up throwing it in a skid. And then you can floor it a little bit to try to pull out of the skid quicker. When you're going sideways, even if you have it pinned, interesting. This game measures speed based on tire rotation, not on how fast your car is traveling in a straight line. See, these cuts also can help you a little bit. The way I know that is doing a speed snap event. If you throw your car sideways and cross the line sideways with no tire rotation, you can cross the line at 0.00 kilometers an hour. So that's how I know it's not tracking your actual vehicle travel. It's based on tire rotation. I guess the same way a speedometer would work. Okay, so here I've lost my speed, but not very far below. I'll get it back very quickly, and then I'll bank some more because I'm going stinking fast. Okay, I'll take the cut again on the brakes very early. Oh, maybe not early enough. Oh, no, that was good. That was good. That was good. Don't want to go flying way off track. And you can see 244. If this was my last lap, I'd be laughing, but it's not. I got a ways to go. I'll let you see the whole thing. Ooh, I came in really fast. Ferrari FXXK. Pretty fast car, but he doesn't have very good grip. So you might think this Bugatti doesn't have very good grip. It actually does. It's just so fast. Brakes, yes, they are lacking, but I have a feeling that these brakes will really improve with upgrades. But we'll see. So here I'm not on the gas too much when I'm off track, because that's going to be really wasting a lot. Nice. I'm sitting here at 240 right now, even in the green. Little bit of drafting off of him. Kind of nice to see lots of Bugattis in this particular event, because it's Bugattis. I haven't seen the 110 pop out. 110? I think that's what it is. The really early, the oldest Bugatti we get to drive in this game. I forget the exact model number. I could look it up, but that's okay. I don't have to. Okay, I'm on the brakes nice and early. Again, lots of speed. I have nothing to worry about. So actually what I'm going to do, I don't want to pass anyone if I don't have to, because I've already passed quite a few people. Because of the fuel limitations, you can't turn around and go the opposite direction. And because this is an average speed event, you can't just sit there still. So, gotta keep moving. But if I come against a gaggle of cars here, like I think I will, yep, I'm gonna try really hard not to pass anybody, because I just don't want to finish any further up than I have to. But I can't afford to waste fuel, and I can't afford to let my average speed get too low. So it's a little bit of a balancing act here. What do we got? Yep, a few more. But we're almost done this race, and so far, I'd say this is pretty easy. I mean, I'm super familiar with Nürburgring, so I'm not really worried about it. And I'm sure it's going to come up, so I'll just talk about it now. Lots of people talk about the full-length Nürburgring circuit, and why is that not in Real Racing 3? It will never be in Real Racing 3. I've asked the developers about it. It's way too long for this game. There are a lot of people that can't even load Le Mans, which is just 13 kilometers, 13 point something, blah, blah, blah. And the full-length Nürburgring is way longer. Oh, look. Yes, I don't want to pass these guys, and I don't have to. Cool. So, I'll get back to that in the next... More on that later here. So that's the end of this particular race, and what are we looking at now? Okay. More of the Rylander curse. Huge amount of drafting to do. Absolutely not a problem. Here's what you need to do. You need to pick a car that's similar to your car. Slow down, let the guy behind you pass, because he's a Bugatti. And he's going to handle, like, very similarly to how we handle. If you drive forwards, you get a Aston Martin Vulcan and an Aston Martin Valkyrie. The Vulcan's way too slow, and I end up crashing him. This is definitely a no-damage event, I remember that. The Valkyrie's too fast, acceleration-wise. So at first he pulls away from you, then you catch up to him, but then his brakes are way different than yours. So, this Bugatti is a fabulous partner because his brakes are about as bad as ours, the acceleration is very similar, so it makes it pretty easy. Now, when it comes to drafting, remember, these are Roman cubits, or to put it in more realistic terms, for every meter you travel, they're logging 2.5. So it's actually, don't worry guys, it's really easy to get this drafting in when you pick the right drafting partner. Okay, back to full-length Nürburgring. It is substantially too long for this game to handle it. It's pretty much take Le Mans and Spa and put them all back to back, those two, one lap on each. That's basically full-length Nürburgring, which is just, it's a lot for this game to load. But let's just think about some other aspects of this. How would you like to be doing a time trial at that super long track? And you get to the last corner, second last corner, fifth last corner, and you blow it. Okay. Because of how long that circuit is, you're going to have to service your car. Every single time trial attempt, you'll have to service your car. No, thank you. I don't need that. Yes, it's a legendary track, but I think that if we got it, we'd be really frustrated. I kind of laugh because people wanted Monaco for so long, and after Monaco showed up, there's a lot of complaints about how hard Monaco is. So sometimes getting what you want or what you think you want isn't necessarily good. But at any rate, other games have the full-length Nürburgring, so you can race it there, but not in this version. And Real Racing Next, I did get to test that. Ooh, another Bugatti's there. I have no idea if that would ever be possible in Real Racing Next, and I have no idea when a full version of that game would be available. I don't know that. I know that I was a test driver for that. I was able to interact with the developers while I was driving it and give them some feedback, but I can't share any of that with you. I'll just say, what I can say is it is very different from Real Racing 3. Different graphics, different handling, different. Okay, so now we have 3 Bugattis when you include us, and they're all quite different, so that's kind of cool, isn't it? There we go. So you can see I'm taking it really easy. The engine overheating part, never an issue. Never have to worry about your engine overheating in this stage. So just don't even worry about that at all. I've never been close to overheating. And got my drafting in. So I'm just going to do the same thing. I'll get myself to that start-finish line. Throw this thing to 16 times regular speed. so you don't have to sit there getting bored as I let a whole bunch of cars past me. And I don't remember how many cars are in the field, so here I'm just double checking. Doesn't matter where I finish because I just didn't know for sure. It says nothing about finish first, second, third, seventh. So I'll finish far back in the pack. I mean, I'm already in 8th place. I was tempted here to shove him into a wall, but why do that? Why risk the damage? Because things happen. Cars bounce. Like yesterday's stage at Bathurst to Mount Panorama, my car got hugely airborne up at the top of the mountain after it bounced off a wall. It's hilarious. All right, so here we are coming to a parking spot. Now we're going 16 times regular speed, and I'm going to finish this race. It's possible I could have let a couple more people pass me, but honestly, if you're finishing this far in the pack, it's fine. And here you go, no upgrades. So please like, please subscribe. Here's the playlist link and something else for fun. Thank you for joining me.